Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to our weekly investor update. I'm your host for this evening, Justin Scott. I'm investment banking analyst, and we're happy to bring you another investor update today. Joining me today is Rayan Wright, senior investment analyst and my co-host for today. Thank you for joining me, Rayan.
Thank you, Justin.
Today we're discussing Express Catering Limited, an AMG paper and packaging company. If you like the content, don't forget to hit like and share on this video. If this isn't your first time here, then be sure to subscribe and hit the bell to receive all our notifications. We upload content like this once per week. Also, if you want to embark on your first investment journey, you should take the steps with Mayberry. Follow us on our social media to learn more about how you can get started today. So, without any further ado, I'll start things off with Express Catering Limited. So, Express Catering, for all those who don't know, was incorporated in Jamaica on June 26, 2001. It's a leading hospitality company headquartered at the Montego Bay Freeport. They specialize in managing all food and beverage operations within the secure area of the Sanchez International Airport. The company employs over 300 staff and operates 28 bars and restaurants featuring a mix of internationally recognized and uniquely Caribbean brands such as Starbucks, Jimmy's Buffet, Margaritaville, Domino's, Wendy's, and Quiznos, and more. So Express Catering essentially earns their revenues by overseeing the catering operations at Jamaica's busiest international airport. Moreover, from that, Mayberry recently completed a bond transaction raising over 12 million USD to support Express Catering's expansions at Sangsters. This expansion allows them to not only serve their passengers in secured areas, but also those who are coming in arrivals in the meet and greet sections, thereby broadening their service offerings. So let's get right into the numbers. So Express Catering Limited released their 9 months ended numbers for February 2024. The revenues went up by 23%, moving from 15.1 million to 18.6 million. The cost of sales went up 17%, as they do, from 5.2 million to 6.1 million, and the gross profits increased 26%, from $9.8 million to $12.4 million. The total expenses went up pretty significantly, from 4 million USD to 8.4 million USD, leaving the operation profits at $4 million, a 12% increase. So their net profits went up by 8%. This is pretty significant for them, as their earnings per share moved up by 8% from 12 cents to 13 cents. The balance sheet now represented a 10% increase in their total assets from 42.1 million to 46.2 million. Their total equity increased by 35%, as you could tell from the $2 million increase in net profits, from $6 million to $8.1 million in total equity, and their liabilities went up by 6%, from 36 to 38 million. The current price per share is $3.90 at a P ratio of about 14 times. This is pretty fair for the junior market average. It's about 17 times currently, with a trailing earnings per share of 27 cents. Their 52-week high is at $5.75 with a 52-week low of $3.50. So it's a little bit above where they would have been at the 52-week low. So for those of you who are interested in Express Catering, you should know that there's nobody who really would have been getting it at a significantly lower price than where it's trading at right now. So this might be a good opportunity for you. The volumes traded up in March 2024 is 822,000 units. Not a whole lot of volumes trading, but it's there. The market cap is 6.3 billion Jamaican dollars, right? So let's take a look at their quarterly profit movements. So the quarterly profit is a little bit up and down depending on the tourist season. As you can imagine, it's a very seasonal type of operation. So the most recent quarter was really a great period for them, with 1.06 million in net profit for the third quarter of this year. So it's been a pretty great year for them. As you can imagine, Jamaica has been having record tourism numbers, and I can speak about that a little bit more. But as you can see, ever since 2022 came and went, their quarter profits have been getting more consistent, doing consistently over the $500,000 per quarter. And we can expect that to continue going up as the tourism numbers continue to increase over the rest of the year. The share price movement has been a little bit muted over the period, where it started the year at about a little over $5, and it's been trading in a consolidated period right up until about the end of 2023, where it kind of sank down below that $4 mark, and it's just been teetering and tottering at about like that 3.9 region for a couple of months. Taking a little while for the earnings to really just set in, but as you can see, as long as tourism continues to continue printing numbers as they have been doing, then we can expect Express Catering to continue along that line where the earnings is just going to keep on, where the PE ratio, I should say, is going to just continue falling as they get more and more consistent numbers over the coming quarters. So to give you a little further background, in 2022, Sangsters welcomed 2.1 million arriving passengers, a number that increased by 19% to nearly 2.6 million in 2023. And additionally, in the first 2 months of 2024, Jamaica achieved a milestone achievement by welcoming 1 million visitors and earning 1 billion USD in foreign exchange in just those 2 months. These figures signify a record-setting pace for tourism, benefiting express catering directly as the majority of the visitors arrive through Sangsters International Airport. Despite other entry points in Jamaica, Sangsters does remain the principal gateway, significantly contributing to the success of express catering. With Jamaica's luxury tourism expected to attract over 5 million visitors this year and generate more than 5 billion USD by the end of 2024, with events like Carnival, Reggae Sumfest, we have some international musical acts coming down to host more concerts this year in Jamaica. We can only expect that there's going to be a significant uptick in tourism for people coming in who want to see and participate in all of these events coming this year. So with that being said, Express Catering is in a great position to capitalize on all of that. We're going to be seeing a lot more people coming about. Jamaica has been an international spotlight for quite some time and only continues to shine further so. So with that being said, I can only expect greater things. The thriving tourism sector as we'll continue to benefit Express Catering for now and the rest of the year to come. Any thoughts on Express Catering, Ryan?
Well, for me, it's the resilience that they have demonstrated, especially during the time of the pandemic. A lot of companies who solely depend on tourism and visitors to the island, when we know that we're almost seeing a significant reduction, they were able to still keep the lights on and even restructuring the debt, as you pointed out, the 12 million US dollars that was used to restructure debt and also help further build out the facility in the Sangster International Airport. So that's one of the most impressive thing about Express Catering. So they continue to grow. And with the points that you just made, the tourism, and we expect it to grow, we can only see them going from strength to strength.
Absolutely, Ryan. All right, so that's Express Catering. So we can move on from there now. So Ryan is going to be giving us a presentation on AMG Packaging and Paper Limited. Ryan, take it away.
Thank you, Justin. And thank you, viewers. So we want to look at AMG Packaging Company. AMG is one of Jamaica's leading manufacturers of cardboard boxes, and the company emerged to satisfy a need in the space from persons importing packaging. The company was formed in 2005 and listed on the Junior Stock Exchange in 2011 at a share price of $2.88. The company has since done a stock split in 2017 with a 5-to-1 stock split, increasing the outstanding shares in the market. We want to look at their 6 months ending 2024, February, and we're going to look at their revenue. AMG revenue grew to 522 million for 2024 over the same corresponding period for February 2023, $500 million, which represents 4%. Their gross profit also grew by 36% or 197 million over 145 million for the corresponding period. Their net profit grew 70% or $71 million over the corresponding period of 2023, which was $42 million. Also see their total assets increasing by 7% to $1.68 billion over the corresponding period of 2023, where it was $1.578 billion. Liabilities also increased by 10%, showing at $389 million for 2024. For the same corresponding period for 2023 was $353 million. Total equity also increased by 6% to $1.293 billion in 2024 over $1.225 billion in 2023. The current share price is at $3.51 at a current PE ratio of 15 times. We see that the trailing PE, or EPS rather, is 0.23. They're traded at a 52-week high of $4 and a 52-week low of $1.80, with a monthly volume in March of 186,000 units and a total market cap of $1.7 billion. We're going to take a look at the quarterly profits. AMG, from the chart, you see that AMG has a somewhat of a cyclical profit movement. The first quarter of the year normally starts off strong, and then it trends down, and then the third quarter they pick up back some steam. finishing strong in the fourth quarter. We can see that trend 2022, 23, and in 2024 here, Q1. The stock price, we look at the stock price, the trading, we see it trades between $2 and $4, with a low, as pointed out earlier, November 16, 2023, with a low of 196 and a high in January 2024 of $3.90. The current price, as stated before, is $3.51. AMG, in summary, AMG has shown some incremental growth since its inception and continues to offer good value to its investors. We look at the pattern. There's a pattern of profits over the year, finishing the quarters, the fourth quarters and the third quarters are finished strong. Once they continue to optimize the use of technology in their production, we should see a continuation of the profit increasing. And as such, we noted that gross profit increase over the prior year. Justin, any further thoughts on AMG?
Yeah, absolutely, Ryan. So I'm really impressed by how AMG was able to reduce their cost of sales by 16% or over $40 million. So they were able to reduce all of that through new equipment and machinery, and that's really just kind of more brought some more efficiency to the operation, reduced an extreme amount of cost, and added that to with their 4% increase or 22 million increase in their sales, they're able to have a net profits increase of like about 25, $29 million. So that's really significant for them. I can expect a lot more going forward. And as you can check over on the share price movement, somebody would have taken notice to that changeover in the shift. So in about November last year, so at the lowest price of $1.96, somebody's began to bet big on AMG and so pushing the price pretty significantly. So for those of you guys who would have recognized from earlier that AMG was on its efficiency increase, then we'd have been benefiting significantly. So now what I'd like to see more from them now is to increase their sales, increase their revenues, along with this efficiency, because it can only grow so far by cutting down the fat. You need to also increase the sales. And that's really what I want to see more from AMG. But as it is right now, the company is looking pretty up. They're really consistent with the profits. So we can expect a whole lot more from AMG. And I'd love to see they continue to push the quarterly profit movements above that $35 million per quarter line. So sounding like some good stuff there. All right, so with all that being said, that's it for today's discussion. I'd like to thank all our viewers for tuning in today. Your support is always appreciated. But I'd also like to thank my co-host panelist, Rayon, for contributing to today's discussions. And so if you're curious about updates on our virtual investor forum and other updates, then find us on our social media. We share our live stream dates and our upcoming guests on our official social media pages. Give us a follow. Stay on top of all things formulated. Also, don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel, Mayberry Investments Limited, and click the bell to receive all of our notifications. So, keep safe, everyone, and remember, wise investors, slow and steady wins the race. Goodbye.